Welcome to the Crackdown Comedy Club. We've got a guest.
Our first guest in studio.
Dame O'Clark, welcome.
Hey, thanks very much.
And Aideen McQueen.
Oh my God, thank you so much. I can't believe I'm your first guest.
Yay.
Yeah, we tried a few people and no. Delighted to have you. You're also one of the best friends of the club as well.
Thank you very much.
One of the regulars, always rip it.
That's good to know, except that one time maybe, but let's not talk about that.
Yeah. You're always writing your stuff, but you're back and forth. You live in London, technically, isn't it? You're
Technically, yeah, for tax reasons, I live in London. But
and free healthcare reasons? Is that
free healthcare reasons. Yeah, I was in hospital. I just got a phone call from debt collectors. I was like, what? I was in A&E and I forgot to pay them. And now they've got like the feds on me.
Oh, good Lord.
Wait, in which A&E? UK?
In Dublin, because the A&E is free in England. Yeah.
So you got asked to go on Britain's Got Talent.
Yeah, Britain's Got Talent. Somebody approached me. And
in a club?
Not in a club. Somebody
Nowhere?
approached me in a club. No. Do you come here often? Yeah, I'm doing the gig. No, they approached me on Instagram, which is where they live now, these guys, Instagram and TikToks. And they have all their spidery veins out. And, I really find your posts really funny. We were wondering if you could do an interview with us about going on Britain's Got Talent. So I said to them, have a look at my stuff that's online. I feel we mightn't be quite the match that you think.
This is my clean stuff, the stuff that makes it online.
Yeah.
This is as clean as it gets.
Yeah. You want to hear some of my WhatsApps to my ex-boyfriend, like voice notes?
Send them some of that.
Yeah.
How about these clips?
Yeah. Like Twink when she gave out to her husband, zip up your Mickey love and all that. Yeah. So I just sent them off. I was polite.
That's the most obscure reference we've ever had.
Sorry about that. Yeah. You remember, do you, Damo?
Yeah, just a side note. So Twink is I arrived like too late. I missed the Twink days where she was like on TV all the time.
Yeah.
Panto, sort of. How would you describe Twink?
No, I barely remember. I saw her once.
You're really not enjoying this Twink thing. Yeah,
no, I was young. I just don't know.
You were very young. She was a TV personality when you didn't have to actually have talent. You just had to be blonde and just shout a lot. And
but she had talent. Like, she did.
She was funny. Yeah, she was
funny.
Yeah.
And
yeah, she did ads and stuff like that.
So she was an actor.
She was.
What is?
Let's Google. What is Twink?
What is Twink? Now she makes cakes professionally. Maybe we'll move away from Twink. If anybody wants to text in and explain Twink, give a definition, please do it on the socials.
It's a good. Guessing that's her stage name, yeah.
Yeah. She wasn't a young gay man that was enjoyed by bears. Yeah, it was before
it's not
that.
like Twink Murphy or something.
Adele King. Adele King is an Irish entertainer, better known as Twink. She was a mother of singer. So she's it's a mother of a singer. Oh, no way. So one of her daughters, Chloe,
is very famous. Yeah,
is in
Celtic
Women.
Yeah, which is they're actually really good, even though they basically dance with their breasts and sing from the tits. You know those.
So Twink is.
Yeah.
So Twink's an entertainer, and she's made an entertainer. So there you go.
She has
Entertainer Factory. So that's Twink.
Mm-hmm.
So where were we? Yeah.
She was one of the first people to get divorced in Ireland when it was like a big deal, and all these voicemails came out of her telling her husband, who is the oboe player in the RT Orchestra, like, zip up your Mickey, you're nothing but a sheep and a whore and a wah, wah, wah. It was so fun. It was just hilarious.
Flashing your oboe all over
town.
Yeah,
fucking sticking your oboe into everybody's orchestra. And so those were leaked, and it was the making of her, really. She got a second wind.
The cassette tapes were leaked.
And everybody was really shocked. I was like, I wasn't shocked. I thought she really needed to do more, like, you know.
She definitely leaked those herself.
She definitely.
She was listening back to those, and she's like, "These are fucking great."
Yeah, deadly buzz.
So back to Britain's Got Talent.
Oh yeah, Britain's Got Talent.
So you were approached on Insta.
Approached on Insta. So I said I'd take the phone call.
Was it their official page? Or was it just someone going, hey, I work for...
No, some guy called Dan, you know, one of these real, like, it's kind of gender neutral, kind of 25-year-old in a t-shirt, you know, like the kind of floats around and does yoga all the time in his mind. Hi, I love your stuff. It's so amazing. I'm like, really? But then he had actually watched stuff, and he's like, this bit could work, this bit. Because I was like, okay, you've done a bit of homework in my tight 2 minutes of material that is family acceptable, which is me introducing myself and me saying goodbye. Good fucking night. Good night.
You get through your whole set.
Fucking no.
You get through your whole set clean, and then you just can't hold it in.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
Suck a dick, Britain. Thank you.
So and then,
800 years oppression, and then you just like you're flipping the bird right to the camera, wherever the camera's.
I also forgot that I'm not British, of course, and I'm Irish. I should be on Ireland's Got Talent.
Yeah, but no one watches that.
Nobody.
Is that still getting produced?
They probably do.
I
Yeah,
don't think so.
No, I don't think it's been produced for a few years.
All right.
Ever
It's
since
tough.
Twink was on it.
Yeah. She would be the ideal presenter for Britain's
Yeah,
Ireland's
she'd
Got
be a
Talent.
great judge.
Yeah.
Louis Walsh is on Britain's Got Talent a lot, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alongside our mate Jason Byrne.
Oh, Jason. Well, that was Ireland's Got Talent. Jason
Oh yeah,
did.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Ireland's Got Talent.
He was great.
No, but then Louis did it. Ireland's Got Talent as well.
He did, yeah.
Yeah, so so he's teased it out. So then they asked me for, and I still haven't sent it to them. I need to send them 5 minutes of clean material so they can vet it.
And how long ago was that?
Last week.
All right.
And they also want me to go and do the audition on Saturday. But I don't think I will.
Nah, stuff it.
It's not the classy choice to do. It's not like who is going to think of like Dylan Moran would have done this, or David O'Doherty, or all my heroes like Bertie Ahern definitely would have done it.
Politician.
He's not a comedian, but that's the type of person. That's the level you're at. It's a second-hand car salesman way of getting famous.
Yeah, and now we have Bertie Ahern on Britain's Got Talent, demonstrating how to make the slickest bribe ever.
Yeah.
How to pass a brown envelope with it. It'd be like a magician trick. Now you see it, now you don't.
Yeah, imagine.
And now check your pocket, judge number one. Oh my God, it's in my pocket. It's a brown envelope.
I'm inspired by women who have a tampon in their sleeve. They're amazing at doing it. So use that tampon in your sleeve energy, woman to woman. Yeah.
No strings attached.
Yeah. Because you do that when you're passing a tampon to another woman in an office. Like you just do this weird. You guys don't know.
2022, and you
Yeah.
still can't show tampons in the office.
Yeah, it should be like, there you go.
You should be throwing it across the office.
Yeah, it should be a bag thrown across the whole.
Yeah,
fucking-
but it's like a sleeve action. But I always
You know
It
what
should
those
be
are-
used tampons thrown across the office.
if
Smacked against-
guys had periods, that's what you guys
Darn
would
right.
do.
But you know those waste paper baskets, the bins in the corner of a room with the basketball ring above it.
Yeah.
That'd be that for lads.
Yeah.
Use tampons if we
Yeah.
get periods for sure. Like, oh, it's in it. But I think you should so proud to pass a tampon these days. Like those Nerf torpedoes that whistle when you throw
Yeah.
them. Should be like that. Tampon
Yeah.
in. You could do it.
Yeah, they could redesign the tampons with little wings on the end,
Yeah, Nerf's got
specifically for
send it to all your mates. Yeah, I've got one. So that's it. But yeah, Bertie, he could also cover himself in stick-proof material like Teflon, and then people throw stuff on. Nothing sticks. That's his other talent.
Covered in goose fat.
Yeah, just it all falls off. So yeah, I think guys, having spoken to you, I'm not going to do it.
Also, you said something about
and they kept trying to get a sad story from me. They're like, and
love
now,
sad story.
That's
It's
how
always
you
sad.
get in.
yeah,
That's
and
how
they're
you
like,
get
and we
in.
know we don't want to, I feel awful for asking this. You feel awful for asking this, but do you have any kind of like hard things in your life?
Do you have any trauma?
Yeah,
Then they hold the microphone right up to your mouth.
And I was like, no, I don't.
Are you
And they're
bad?
like, oh, that's fine. That's fine.
It should be called Britain's Got Trauma.
Yeah.
The talent is completely secondary. Like they always
Yeah,
open with the
yeah.
trauma.
Yeah, a
It's like,
5-minute story, like inserted clip.
He was
of
hit by a
them.
bus and then survived cancer, and now he's going to drink a glass of water on stage.
And it was like, whoa! It didn't come out of his bus wounds. Woo!
So they wanted me, and I mean, I suppose I could tell them about my alcoholism, and then by the time I get back on Britain to Secretariat, I'd be back in the booth, really obviously, like with a little, on the
When you make it to
stage.
boot camp, you're just getting hammered in the jacuzzi.
Yeah, even pretending, I'm just like, yeah.
But like they would love that because they'd be like,
They
yeah, we
would,
knew
yeah.
about the Irish. They're all bloody alcoholics. Like they'd,
Yeah, so I think it's not the classy choice. I'm not going to do it on Republican grounds, of course. My grandfather
course,
didn't die for Ireland just so I could go on Britain's Got Talent.
Yeah, the IRA would start back. Fucking
would.
Britain's Got Talent. She's Irish. What's going on? We didn't fight for this.
Yeah.
the blow, the X's above the things. They were just
Yeah.
like they'd blow them up.
Yeah. I'd have to renounce my membership of Sinn Féin.
Yeah, but the other thing is, as I was mentioning before, you have no control over how they edit it. Because
Yeah, they can cut they can cut you to shit.
Yeah, I've had comedian mates that like you watch it and you're like, ooh, that didn't do well at all, And then I was talking to them afterwards. They're like, "Oh, it wasn't amazing. Like, I didn't get a standing ovation, but I got laughs. Like, it wasn't horrible. But they make it look depending on the story arc they want of the character or the whole show. They're like, we need a few people to not do well. They'll make it. You have no control.
You want to come in with the most extreme trauma possible, so then they will edit you to look better.
Yes.
If you come in with no trauma and any element of smugness, they're like, we're going to edit the fuck out of you. You're done. But if you come in with
out like this, like.
Yeah.
I've got no vagina. I don't know what could be my trauma.
To instantly just go, what's the trauma? Just go on, my grandma that I love so much just dropped me off at the door 3 minutes ago. And then her car, she pulled away waving, got cleared out by a bus. That minute. You're in. They don't even have to. Do you want to know what kind of talent? No, it doesn't matter.
Come on with a video call of your grandmother on stage. You're like, sorry, I'm just calling. Oh my God, no! A bus crashes into her. And then you go, I better do my set now.
The most unrealistic bit about that whole story is that
she's getting killed. You're on stage. Beep, beep. The ambulance is there. Everyone's just watching. Beep. Running now! Everyone's standing up, clapping.
Then a bunch of white supremacists start beating her up, and you're like, no!
Everyone's like, get her through. And then they all of them fight to push the gold buzzer. All confetti is coming over you while you're on stage crying over your grandma's dying there and then.
Every person in the audience is wiping their face with tissue.
Get her through. Final round, straight through.
That is the funniest comedian I've ever seen. She deserves.
Are you going to go to A&E? Are you going to go straight to the next round? But the most unrealistic thing about that.
And then you make it to the final, and then you go, right, Granddad, I'm going to ring you at 8:05 p.m. Make sure you're standing on the edge of a cliff or something. Like if you want.
Kind of like in Father Ted when he keeps ringing that guy who keeps being in awkward situations and the phone falls off.
Falling off things,
But I mean, it's not realistic to think that I would still have living grandparents. Although I sometimes pretend I do in front of younger men, so they think I'm young. Like, oh, she has a grandmother who's alive. She's definitely not. Like my granddad was born in 1898.
Wow.
What?
Yeah.
For real?
For real.
He's not alive still, is he?
Oh yeah, he is. Wait, I'll ring him. Let me see.
He's alive right now. Oh.
I don't have a 124-year-old granddad. No, he died in the 60s.
Same. Wow, 1898 and he's kicking. That's great.
Oh my God, that is good,
he's
man.
Just about. He's not.
He's a brain in a jar. Yeah, he's on a trolley.
I never met him. Like my dad, he died when my dad was 20 or something like that. He's just a really old farmer who married late in life. And then my dad he had my dad old. And then my dad had me when he was, I thought it was so old. I thought my dad was so old when I was young, but he was 36 or 7 when he had me.
That's amazing. So
that's normal now.
Your family of 3 generations spans 120 years.
Yeah.
Like whereas like
he knew people were in the famine.
He knew people in the famine.
Yeah.
You go to
that's amazing.
Ballymun, you've got 3 generations in like 12 years.
Yeah.
And you're like you go to Kilkenny is
I know.
10 times the length.
Colin O'Regan's granddad was born in 1836. No, that couldn't be right. No, he's even 1885. That's really old because his dad was born in 1930.
That's nice. And do you regularly get dates of people's grandfathers' births? Is this a hobby of yours? Is it?
It kind of is. I like it because sometimes I'm really shocked when people are like, "Oh, my granddad is. I'm going to go out, I'm going out to the pub with my granddad, or I'm going, like swinging with my granddad." I'm like, "Oh my God, how can you be friends with your granddad? Like my granddad is dead." It just makes them seem really young when they talk about their grandparents.
Yeah, but also think of what has happened in history in just that generation, that 100 years. You waved goodbye to the Titanic.
Yeah.
You saw the moon land, the birth of the plane, the car, the internet, everything that we know, and that they remember not having any of that. Just your grandfather.
Yeah, I know. Sure, even my dad, when he was born in 1945, so just at the end of the war, they wouldn't have had an oven. He only wore shoes in the wintertime. They wouldn't have had a radio until he was like 10. So that so I sometimes get annoyed with him. Like he doesn't do birthdays or he never buys presents or anything like that. But I'm like, they definitely, he do Santa. They definitely didn't have Santa then. Like, he's just from a totally different
No calendars.
Era. No, I think
just
they had a calendar.
Just the seasons.
Yeah.
They didn't have time.
No.
Yeah.
They didn't have gender.
They didn't have gender.
They're all one gender, and if you have a baby, I guess you're a girl this time.
Yeah. They didn't have anything, and they didn't have but what he did to one really weird story, he said there was nobody, there was only one single mother in the whole area, because otherwise women would used to just mysteriously go on butter making courses for 6 months, 6 months to a year, and then come back. But now he realizes they were gone to institutions. And there was one woman, and she kept getting pregnant. You know, she was a friendly woman, and he had to go up to her house one day when he was a small boy, and she had 4 kids, and they were in hay, in straw. She didn't have nappies for them or anything. They were just rolling around in straw like little animals.
What?
Yeah, in a way, I'd say if you were a total hippie, you're like, yeah, I'm raising my child in straw. Everybody would be like, that's amazing, you know? So I don't know
Her
if
name's
she's
Twink.
ultimate hipster or a really sad story. I'm not too sure. Yeah. Sorry, that was a bit sad. Maybe you should edit that out.
That was a sad one. Yeah, there was no punchline at all. That
funny
was,
anecdote.
And the abject poverty of Kilkenny in the 1950s was tragic.
I tell you, you're right. People would choose to do
intro.
that now.
That's your intro for Britain's Got Talent.
That is. I was born in straw.
In straw.
Crawling around my 3 brothers and or sisters, not sure.
In the 1980s in Kilkenny. There were no nappies.
In the 80s. There was no McDonald's meal deals. There was nothing.
Yeah, there was no Tesco, imagine. Quinsworth. Oh my
God.
God.
Express, no grocers were an Express.
She's gone all the way from that to 100 million followers on OnlyFans. What a turnaround.
Making it mint.
Yeah.
Making it mint on it.